Parlotones in Austin, Texas during South by Southwest Music Fest, and I think one of the first things I want to point out to people who've never seen you before is you're walking around Austin during this festival. There's 2,000 bands and artists in the whole city, and you guys have probably sold more records than all of them combined. And a lot of people don't know it here. We're new to you in America. How many records to date have you guys sold? Ballpark.
Well, our version of platinum is a little different to yours. So it's over 300,000, which doesn't seem a lot in sort of an American perspective, but obviously smaller population. That's big in our home country.
I'm very curious what it feels like, because at home you guys are huge stars, and you can make a good living selling 300,000 records and packing any gig you want to. Does it take a lot of does it take a lot of encouragement to go to another side of the country and say, hey, we're going to roll up our sleeves and start over again, or is it like that at all?
Check how far Neil rolled his sleeves up. He's not scared of hard work.
Actually, no, it's quite exciting for us. It's sort of a new challenge. It's refreshing. It gives you that sort of renewed energy to try and win over fans and try and see if we can actually do it.
Does it make you work harder to go somewhere where they might not know who you are and
yes, I think it does.
Play to a crowd who hasn't seen you?
You certainly play with an added sort of verve. You want to try and win over an audience, and obviously you sort of become a bit complacent back home, and we're trying to see if it can actually transcend our borders, if we can actually do it outside of our own country, and it's working for us in Europe, and hopefully it'll work for us in the States.
A lot of interviews that when I was catching up on you guys, it seems like people try to throw you into political discussions a lot. And
you're right, sir.
And you don't strike me as real political guys. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Do you want to address that at all?
Yeah, well, I mean, the sort of basic fact is South Africa is, steeped in politics. From when we were growing up, obviously the breakdown of apartheid happened. We had our first democratic elections. That all happened while we were young and growing up, and so naturally a lot of interviews will go that way because people are very interested or curious as to the sort of transformation that happened. We try not to be a political band. Some of our lyrics do touch on it. It's hard not to. You're a product of your environment. But we see music as an escape. We don't try and hammer on the things that the news is inundated with. So yeah, but like Paul often says, you start off being a musician and you end up being a politician, advisor on this, Greenpeace.
You're going to get, because of popularity, you're going to get drawn into that.
Yes, and I understand it, and it is a good thing.
You get a broader view, like traveling. You see a lot more, and you are exposed a lot more. So you're not maybe cleverer than anyone, but you maybe have seen things.
Just by being worldly, you become political?
Yeah.
I'm very, very curious how you guys got into the winemaking business. You have your own brand of wine.
Well, we figured that we were making someone else rich by drinking all their wine, so we thought, why not make our own?
And the name of it escapes me right now. What is your brand of wine?
We've actually got 3.
Okay.
And they're all named after songs. The red is called Giant Mistake. This white is called Push Me to the Floor, and the rosé is, we call this Dancing. But the way it happened, it was an interview that we did with the Property magazine, and they asked what would your dream property be, and I said to own a small wine farm in the Cape region.
No experience in that industry whatsoever?
No, except drinking it. We've got lots of
experience there.
Interesting, interesting. And you have shared a stage with the biggest names. I think you've been on stages with Black Eyed Peas, Alicia Keys, Shakira. Who comes to mind as you were all like, that was incredible. That was one of the best moments of my life.
Well, for me personally, Violent Femmes. We shared the stage with them twice.
And we all,
It was actually that was awesome.
There was a moment where that would be our sort of warm-up song before we went on stage. We'd sing
Country Death Song.
Country Death Song and Fall Out the Window.
Fall Out the Window, yeah. Before we went on stage.
Violent Femmes are your warm-up song.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, they were first stage, yeah.
Yeah, for a while, yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't do it, and we should do it again.
Just
I love it.
Yeah, we
Put
watched
us into the mood.
Metallica from backstage also. Which
Yeah, that was
pretty
great.
cool.
Yeah, that was
They
cool.
opened for us. Not really. The truth is, we did play after them.
We were the
But,
closing
but
band.
we were the closing band. We were sort of crowd control, so that everyone didn't leave at the same time. But it was very cool to see them from that angle.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Great catching up with you guys, and good luck.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Cool.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.